I just want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand what you are seeing. You are witnessing a war going on. An old world and a new world vying for power. And that you have these new people coming in. You're talking about new billionaires being made. What do you think the old billionaires who are already on the scene go do? They go to war and try to crush the new money. So they say, no, y'all want to crush the banking system. Y'all want to crush all of these middlemans. So they go to war with them, trying to put them out of business. That's what they working on doing. I want to put you out of business. Right? And some of these companies don't deserve to be in business. White boys on. I don't give a damn about them. And hey, here's what it is, man. I've never, the ideas that I loved about cryptocurrency and the blockchain centered around sovereignty, centered around us being able to own our own, not a new corporate entity having control and management, right, over people, financial technology. That don't make sense to me. So I love the ideas of this technology, specifically if we got into it and utilize it for ourselves. So what you're seeing is a lot of people reporting on what the world is doing, but not what Black America is doing with it. I don't give a damn what the rest of the world. What are we doing with this technology? Like, you have to understand, like, and I'm gonna close on this point because I ain't got all that. One of the most dangerous things about this is the fact that everybody looks at cryptocurrency. Everybody looks at the blockchain. Everybody looks at Bitcoin, goddammit. And they look at the price as the value. Blockchain or Bitcoin is a blockchain. Nobody knows who exactly created this technology, but this technology has the possibility to revolutionize and disrupt the entire world, and it was just dropped off on the porch of the world. You don't think that's fascinating? Right? That this technology so far has been unhackable, and that it has the ability to, if you think about if those who study the world, and they say, well, man, we got these banking cabals, we got these people, they just run the world, we can't never change this shit. And then blockchain like, wait, whoa. You actually can utilize this to change the world. The people are not excited about the technology. They are confusing the news of people that's using the technology for the value of it. Think for a second. So you are allowing the news to create a narrative around this tech. Like, there was a lot of people who hated the internet. What is this? Chat rooms. This won't be around. I heard Gary Vee say this. Technology don't care about your feelings. You can hate it. You can love it. It's going to come. Whether you like it or not does not matter. But my whole thing is, I see such a amazing opportunity with this that I'm like, damn. If you pay attention to it and we wanted to create systems that solve our problems, we would utilize this technology like that. Because I see, imagine like, and the way I imagine it is like if an alien was like, yo, these people, like, why would I give them new technology when I drop them off something like a new blockchain system that is the future of their world? They are worried about the price of it because they are stuck in systems of capitalism. So they worrying about if it's 22,000. They don't care what it does, what they can do with it, none of that. They worried about whether it's 22,000 or 23,000. I just gave them a new technology, and they've been complaining about the banking systems and the way the world operates for all these years. And instead of figuring out ways to utilize this, they worrying about how much it costs because poverty has forced you to associate the cost of things. You worrying about if you can make $1 off of it. And I'm looking at it, and when I talk about any of these things, I'm talking about how you can revolutionize the world and how you can change it all and how we can own our own system. Because when they created a constitution, a Magna Carta, right? That's basically them creating a blockchain that we're all signed to, that we have to follow for the rest of life. Right? And that blockchain system is when you have a social security and a birth certificate and it's entered into the system and they have record of it, and you are now in their chain of ledger, right? That says that you are a part of this system and you have to follow the codes of this system. So when somebody created a blockchain that nobody owned, is basically creating a blank constitution to where you can write the rules yourself. Not only that, they say you can you can have your own treasury and you can create your own money yourself. You can write your own codes and contracts yourself. You can code your own matrix in reality yourself. But what you don't understand is there's a grand experiment that's taking place on the world and showing you that everybody does not deserve control over their life. Because even when they're presented with the option to control their life, they do not take it. So you may complain about the world as you see it, but you're not actually willing to create your own if given the keys to your freedom. There was, back in the day, the revolutionaries that come to you and say, all you got to do is come together. Niggas would be in their separate places complaining about their belief systems. Remember this. But that's why belief is important. We didn't come together because we complained about our belief system separately. Well, you don't believe what I believe, so I don't believe what you believe, so how we gonna ever come together? Because they got us to all believe in different things. And that's why the highest form is belief in self. Well, you believe in yourself? Well, I'm like you. I'm a reflection. You my brother. You my sister. Let's come together. That didn't work for us. We said, well, if we just came together, the problems that we have won't exist. Slavery time, we got to stay together as a family. Welfare came, broke us up as a family. Revolution came, we got to come back together as a family. Well, that's not working. It's starting to come back a little together. Two-parent households are at an all-time high. Then blockchain came. Well, listen, man, I got another solution for y'all where you can write your own world. I don't know. I hate metaverse. Why would we want to create our own media companies? Why are y'all giving us the opportunity to create our own movies? Why are y'all giving us the opportunity to create our own games? Something we talk about in this next podcast is called the fantasy energy, the imagination. The imagination is the most important industry in the world. It's the reason that you have hundreds of millions of gamers around the world. It's the reason that Disney and Marvel makes billions of dollars every year. Because they are feeding the fantasies and the imagination. And it programs you. So they say, I just want y'all to think about this, man. They program us through our imagination because subconsciously it's easier to impart things into our mind when we willingly go pay to accept those ideas. Right? One of the heads up in Disney, I don't know if it was a president or something, a sister said that, because she's lesbian, I believe, or LGBT, and she said that at first they used to have problems with me, trying to sprinkle stuff in there. She said my agenda. She said they used to have problems with me putting my agenda in there. And she said now they don't care. And she said at any point in time that I get the opportunity, I try to put as much of the gay agenda in the motion pictures as possible. This is what these are not my words. This is on camera, right? Because why would she put that in there? Because she wants to what? Normalize it. So then what she's saying is that if people come willingly to pay for fantasy and in the imagination industry, they will sit there and pay, give you their willingness and time. They're going to sit in a relaxed chair. They're going to be eating while you're eating popcorn. You're opening your mouth. You're eating. You're bobbing your head. And what it's forcing you to do is relax and ingest and accept programming. The same way if you're listening to music and you bobbing your head, you are in a state of agreement to that music. So it makes it easier for your body to accept the programming, the words of the music. So they knew that if we just put in subtlety, messages, change characters, narratives, scripts. We will normalize it by impressioning the mind with ideas that it has already decided to accept. And it's not just for you, the grown adult, it's for the children. Because if we start off a young generation with that, then they will grow up with a normalized condition, because these will already be weaved into the way they think and see or perceive the world. So movies, the fantasy industry, the imagination industry is the most powerful one on the planet. It is the place where the programming of the world takes place. You think it happens in church. It may sometimes happen in church, but it happened in the movie theaters. So what they do to T'Challa? They killed T'Challa in the movies. How you kill a fantasy character? He's not even real. Van Lathan said, how the hell you kill a character that's supposed to be immortal? That don't make sense, because he died in the person that played him died in real life. So you killed T'Challa that's supposed to be infinite when Superman is infinite. Iron Man just died in the movie. He had to goddamn go save the world in the movie. We got 30 movies from him, highest grossing. Batman done had 60 Batmans. We done had 70 goddamn Supermans. They still talking about bringing Wolverine back, and he already died in the movie. But T'Challa, oh no, y'all, for black people though, it gotta be real. If you die in real life, you die, your character dies in the movie too. What? How does that make sense? The brother, he say, T'Challa was supposed to be a hero that my son look up to, and my son's son is son's son. So it's like, for black people, it feels like, no, you gotta live through trauma. Then got die with cancer. Then T'Challa gotta die. Damn, we done lost 2 heroes. Imagine if Henry Cavill, the person that plays Superman, dies right now. Imagine them killing off Superman. It ain't gonna happen. Matter of fact, they killed Superman and then brought him back to life in the next movie. In their own movies. I'm just saying, B. Only when it comes to black people, we gotta have people die and stuff like. Why? Because the imagination factory, man. You know what that did to little boys seeing T'Challa on the screen. You don't even realize that we've had Black Panther, we've had Meteor Man, we had Blade. Blade was the first Marvel character that actually started them and brought them out of bankruptcy. And they just now deciding to put together another Blade. You know, they got to get rid of a black man and then bring another black man, right? And none of them are like OP powerful, right? None of them are like just super like Thor whoop Black Panther ass. None of them like, it ain't no black man in there that's just OP where these is just like, you know, they the gods of the world. None of them. They like, if we need to check y'all, we will. Don't get me wrong, billionaire, got his own world, but still, if they show him die for like, he caught COVID or something, that ain't cool. Like, you telling me he got this billionaire technology over here, his own world. He a king, the richest man in the goddamn universe. He got T'Challa plants and psilocybin that he taking. And how they go explain that? No, you just recast it. Black Adam, we'll see what they do with that. We'll see what they do. They can see me as Blade. I don't think I would be Blade, man. I remember Spawn. Spawn was good. No, I want to see an OP black man. Now, Black Adam's supposed to be. I'm going to see. The Rock, that might be good. Because The Rock, he decided to create his own. So, yeah. It might be good. We'll see. No, I definitely want to create. I want to be in my own character, B. I definitely want to do it. Milestone Universe. I don't know what that means. So, you all are exactly right. We have to create our own. And the one thing I like about the idea of this Web 3.0, this metaverse stuff, is that we can create our own characters that are connected to our imagination that can feed our children. Because remember, if you really want something to work, you have to feed it into the minds of the children. They have to believe in new ideas. Like their greatest superheroes in their mind that they play with should not be Thor, should not be Superman, should not be Batman. They should have somebody that looks just like them that they can grow up and they can enjoy and they can love. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the most empowering things on the planet Earth, because it helps them believe that they can do anything. But it's like, what does that feel like when you hear about your character that you love dies? Right? Like that is more traumatic to me than having a character in the first place, that your fantasy character has to die. You know what I'm saying? But I look at things from a metaphysical point. And, there's a lot of black people involved. I don't know whose decisions they were made. And I feel like, people got to make decisions based on different levels of politics. But I understand the bigger picture is that we have to create our own images in our minds. And we have to be able to empower ourselves. Throughout all time in antiquity, Africans and ancestors, they told stories that sparked the imagination. They told stories of gods. They told stories of spirits. They told stories of different legends and folklores. And it positioned the mind to believe and stretch and to imagine. And what they did is they would take characteristics of these stories and different traits. Oh, this person is super powerful. And so now the child believes that they can grow into that same power. This character was super smart. This character moved through shadows. And this is important imagination training. It's imagination training. So, but the imagination training that we have, right, in North America, white folks get that imagination training when they see a Superman or Batman or Spider-Man or with all these other Iron Man or Thor or Wolverine or Professor Xavier and all these different things. That's imagination training. You got to understand the power of this. You got to understand how this game is played on different levels, B. Hey, this one going to be lit. It drops this Saturday.